chillin', serial killing, pre-core villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos, by the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the Straight Chillin' Crew.
What up, nerds? And welcome to another hellacious episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 545, recorded on Sunday, September 14th, 2025. Tonight, we are talking about another you pick. This one was chosen by your boy, Dongster Sam. The movie is Hellarious from 2019. Before we get into the review, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up, man?
There she is.
There she is. There. Jesus Christ with the lag. There's got to be something to be done about this, Bob. Call your congressman. Write in. Tell them you won't stand for this any goddamn more.
Randy, he's your fucking neighbor, right? You live in the belly of the beast. You can go knock on doors.
I don't know this he of which you speak.
You know people, and I won't hear otherwise.
Oh, you won't hear otherwise.
Last
Rusty Shackleford.
Last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy, Lunch Lady Soju. I know how you boys like them sloppy. Extra sloppy stains for my boys.
I like a sloppy soju at lunch.
Damn. Now there's a bump I definitely should have gotten. I would have clicked it right now and it would have played in 20 minutes.
And we would have played in 10 minutes.
Sloppy. It'll play on next episode because he just.
Yeah, it's going to be great on the next episode.
That's
when that
how
lands,
bad the lag is. We'll have it next episode.
A whole week later.
It'll just come in randomly making zero sense.
Yeah. That's pretty much on par for the course for most of these bumps anyway. So
leave us alone, lady. You're scaring us.
Damn,
cinema classic.
That movie now.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Jesus.
Classic film. Billy Madison. For those unaware, before we do get into the main event here tonight, let's tackle some housekeeping. We've got quite a bit. Our October poll is currently posted on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on 3 movies we are going to review this October. If you are a newer listener to the show, the October poll is a triple feature of sorts. All 3 hosts of the show program a triple feature. They all have different themes, and you're voting on theme alone. Whichever theme wins, we will then tell you what the 3 movies are we are reviewing in one single episode. The themes you're voting on. The themes you're going to be voting on are Monster Mash, Nightmares, and Pay the Price.
Bob, tell me how those themes are looking. I know how you boys like them extra themed.
I mean, technically true.
Yeah. People love a theme. They do.
We sure love a theme, don't we, folks?
Slight change over last week. Pay the Price still in last place with 14% of the vote. Nightmares second place with 33% of the vote. Monster Mash gaining a solid 2%, pushing it up to 50% of the vote.
Whoa, 50 deuce. That deuce is really going to make a big difference, I think.
A big deuce-frence.
Well, boys, we are already halfway through September. It's flying by.
It is, and I'm freaking out, man.
Soak it up, boys. Soak it up.
There's so much happening.
We've only got like 10 Halloweens left, and this is one of them. So you better
we all don't exist, or like.
I mean, that sounds pretty. That sounds like a glass half full answer to me.
Just say it.
Randy from the belly of the beast. He knows what's going on.
We're going to be in the apocalypse carving up our jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, we are. Out of the skulls of our enemies.
Well, we don't really need to carve them at that point.
They're just
It's tradition. You gotta scoop the gunk and carve the face.
That's what the Egyptians did. They
That is
scooped
what the
gunk.
Egyptians definitely did.
Yeah.
And in about 5 minutes, you're gonna hear a pumpkins bump. You ready for it?
Pumpkins.
There you go.
Nice.
Now imagine if that hit right on time.
It never will. It never will. We've got other Patreon shit going on. We're dropping mini casts every other Friday over on Patreon. We just dropped one where your boy Soju's talking about the first season of Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, classic horror television. Slam it into your eyes and then ear holes.
And then buttholes.
And then any other hole that you like.
I didn't know we were going for all the holes. Didn't know we were going for the turkey.
First we're going eyes, then we're going ears, and then it's fair game.
Dealer's choice.
See no evil, hear no evil, shit no evil.
Oh, I'm going to shit some evil. You cannot stop me from shitting some evil.
Brother, don't I know it. So check that out, now available on Patreon. Also, if you guys have not signed up on Patreon, if you do so, you get sent an RSS feed that you can drop into your podcatcher of choice, and you can listen to all previous 167 minicasts on your podcatcher of choice right now. You can do that right now.
My podcatcher of choice.
Yours.
Anyone I want.
Anyone you want.
All right.
Anyone. Next up.
It seemed like it was leading somewhere.
You just can't. We're just confirming.
It reminds me of that community gag where it's like, oh, I stand my joke telling class. The professor is so old.
And the plane never
Good stuff.
lands.
Yep.
Next up, we are going to hear a very special announcement regarding this year's Chilloween party. Oh, hi there. It's me, Sexy Dracula. Once again, the straight chilling crew made me an offer that I just could refuse. But I did not want to deprive you of me, Sexy Dracula. So I'm here to tell you about the Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a surprise film screening with commentary and drinking game, a costume contest, and horror trivia hosted by everyone's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin from Plug It Up Podcast. All you have to do is sign up on the Straight Chilling Patreon at any level, and you're invited to the sexiest graveyard smash of your life. Be sexy this Halloween season and come chill at Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dost thou want to live chilliciously? Sexy Dracula out!
I love how Sexy Dracula is super pissed about the time. Eastern Standard Time, bitch.
Who isn't pissed about the time?
I'm so pissed.
It goes on.
And it
Really
don't
hates
stop.
living in Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, man.
Well, thank you,
Fun.
Sexy Dracula, for the news. I still have 2 more fucking things to talk about real quick. Next up, I sat down for a bit of an interview with the directors of the upcoming 1st annual Jacksonville Horror Film Festival. That is currently on the main feed for you guys to check out. That'll be happening March 13th and 14th, 2026. Friday the 13th, that is. Check out that
Where's that
interview.
happening at, Bob? Where's
Well,
the locale?
it's going to be happening at the Hicks Theater in downtown Jacksonville. Both days, Friday and Saturday, and there's going to be Friday night. There's going to be a closing party. The Venue is TBD on that, and then they're also going to have a closing dinner ceremony Saturday night as well. Venue also TBD on that.
All right.
Tickets are available.
Hell yeah,
though.
man.
Grab your tickets right now. And last thing I have here is there's going to be a brand new episode of Let's Get Physical Media available for your ear holes. Your boy Mikey and myself talking about our August pickups. It is a bit of a bloodbath.
Oh, yeah. August, that's the time to get the blues.
Apparently.
That's when
everyone knows August is the big
that's when a dude
blue
gets the most
bloodbath.
gift cards.
Blue month.
I'm saying that's what I mean.
God
Am I right, boys? Am I
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
I mean, it's August, I mean,
It's August,
typical
you know what that
bloodbath.
means, baby. You know what that means, baby.
So yeah, if you're into collecting Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, VHS tapes, etc., check out Let's Get Physical Media everywhere you guys get your podcasts. We're talking
We
about
all are.
a whole lot of shit. That's all I got. Boys, you got anything you need to plug?
I do. I have a couple things, I guess. So coming out this week is a new episode on the Light and Shadow podcast where Nicole and I are discussing the forgotten Halloween film Tower of Terror, which came out in 97, I believe, and stars Kirsten Dunst. This is a Halloween flick about the Tower of Terror
Who else is
ride.
in that?
Steve Guttenberg is also in
Gutenberg,
that.
That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, I definitely watched that growing up. That was an ABC production, right?
Yeah, but ABC Disney or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
so
ABC's owned by Disney.
Is it?
And
Okay.
So it was
Yeah.
on their main ABC
We're
channel.
all
rather
owned
than
by Disney.
channel, as I recall.
Yeah, at this point we are. But this was the 90s, Bob, when only 50% of the world was on Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun to revisit that. That was a movie I really enjoyed in my childhood on VHS, Bob. Do you remember those?
Do I? Look at my wall of shame.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Check that out. That should be coming out this week. Also, too, on my sister podcast, we're actually covering a horror song, a real Arctic Monkeys horror song called You're So Dark. So if you would love to hear me jaw on about some Arctic Monkeys horror goodness, check that out over at Don't Believe the Hype. I also have a feature coming out next week on Plug It Up. I'll promote it again next week, talking about Underworld with Caitlin, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, so build some anticipation for that.
Wow.
I know.
You've been a busy boy.
It's been a busy month, of course. It's September.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all know. Of course, you know.
Yeah, I mean, beginning of a spooky season. Am I right?
What more need I say? It's
Come on. I mean, it's no August blue bloodbath, but you know,
August Blue Bloodbath. That's the name of Rob's next album.
Blue Bloodbath.
The August Blue Bloodbath.
it's hard to say. August blue bloodbath.
It's
You just gotta loosen up that jaw to get it all out, you know.
I'm gonna go take a blast.
Really punctuate the bleed.
Blue black.
Blah, blah. Randy, do you have 8,000 plugs you gotta do? Or?
I have 0 plugs. Take it away from me. Your house clean, Bob?
Yeah, I think we're squeaky.
All right, let's wait 5 minutes for this bump.
This house is clean.
I'm going to go ahead and press the other one now. Go ahead and cue it up
All
now.
right, we're getting to the main event.
What's on the back of the box?
God damn it all.
We're talking about Hellarious, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
Yeah,
Bob,
we sure did.
do you have this box?
No, I do not. The box
I
does
assume
exist.
Oh, it does.
It does. The box exists, and so some context, which I mentioned we would get into. This may exist primarily so there could be a box. So this is a Horror Pack production, which is a company that it's like one of those box subscriptions. They would send you like 3 to 5 Blu-rays every month. you would sign up and do it, and they would send you exclusive shit. You could only get through them, and I believe this was one of those titles. So they may have actually taken these 7 different shorts. So this movie is an anthology. We haven't really gotten into it yet. Seven different shorts they were produced between the years of 2012 and 2019, I believe. So they may have actually just handpicked these shorts, put them together, put them on a disc, and mailed them out. So this wasn't this anthology.
By handpicked, I assume you mean out of a jar filled with titles, correct?
Yes. This anthology
That's
wasn't
very
like one
interesting,
creator
actually.
made them all, or like 7 creators sat down in 1 year and decided collectively they're going to make an anthology. It was like kind of a strange way to go about it. So yeah, it's out there. I don't know that you can get it anymore, the disc that is, because the company is no longer in business. Horror Pack. But yeah, that's kind of how this came to be. But you can stream this on Tubi for free $99 if you would like to do that. So
okay.
You can check it out.
I will say I do like this album art, or not album art, this artwork.
Wrong podcast.
I know. Box art. It's pretty cool. I like it.
It looks sick. Yeah. I'm down.
And that
with it.
is actually an interesting idea. Like, oh shit, we got to put out some exclusive content.
Yeah.
Better collect some shorts.
Just put an anthology
We wouldn't know
together.
anything about throwing things together to make a deadline.
Boys, I know. Let's just collect a bunch of shorts and put out a release.
I've got a bunch of shorts. I put them together and make some pants, You
All
do
right,
what you gotta
boys.
do. So yeah, Hellarious. This officially came out in 2019 with a runtime of 1 hour and 20 minutes. This is directed by just a whole bunch of people. Stars just a whole bunch of people. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows: 7 of the most legendary horror comedy shorts made from the world's best genre filmmakers. That's it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I was
Well,
really waiting for that next thread.
Yes.
So, there you go. Maybe
No.
a touch.
That is a
generous.
statement of fact.
Just a touch. Touch
That
generous
is
here.
a statement.
Yeah, but
That is a fact.
that a fact. Yes, not a factual statement, but a statement that is
It is
factually stated.
yes.
7 comedy horror shorts.
Grammar.
I know this is the first time watch for all 3 of us. Gentlemen's, would you recommend folks at home check out Hellarious? Rand Diesel, kick us off.
I personally would not. I would not recommend this. Unless, of course, for example, someone were to request this on the podcast and then overpay for several months on Patreon and then just tell us to keep the change. Then I might change my tune. That didn't happen this time, though, right?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, because I can definitely be bought. My opinions are for sale.
Randy is a
Oh,
cheat.
we've known that for a long time, Randy. I mean, that's why you live in DC. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Bought and paid for.
Zing. 1 for 7.
I got 3 shifts at the protest tomorrow. Double time.
Which protest, though? Dum, dum, dum.
All of them.
Damn.
I go to one side and then I hop the fence. I'm on the other side. I get paid 2 ways, baby. Let's go.
All you gotta do is change your hat, and you're good.
Gotta change the hat, man.
Just
People don't realize
not
this one
easy.
simple trick to make passive income.
I bet you don't even wear glasses, do you, Randy?
This is liberal Randy we're talking
Pulling
to.
a Clark
when I
Kent
take-
over there.
When I take the glasses off, my beard grows 3 inches, and I get an axe and a yeah.
An axe.
And dear-
Oh yeah, I become a lumberjack. That's what
Just a
happens.
I see. Okay.
Juice, would you recommend people watch this movie?
Bob, I would not, but I'll give a little side here. But I will say, if anyone is particularly interested in kind of like filmmaking, especially from like an independent side, lower budget type thing, I think this has some charm to it. I think this is interesting, knowing maybe some of the trivia we're going to drop about this being like some student films and stuff like that. I think there is some charm here for people who really are interested in filmmaking and, you know, kind of independent filmmaking and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. If you're
So yeah,
getting
you
into
know,
it,
yeah. But as a movie, no, I would not particularly recommend this. Bob, how about you? Would you recommend people check this out?
Not really. I've seen much worse anthologies, to be fair.
That's
though.
fair.
This
Yeah.
is nowhere near the worst anthology I've ever seen. I don't know that this one necessarily knocked my socks off. There's a few segments that I did enjoy, and we'll get into all that, but I do think it's kind of neat that these were like beginning filmmakers, and I think it's neat that they had an opportunity to have their shorts put together on this kind of exclusive disc, and definitely got it in front of way more eyeballs than they would have otherwise. We wouldn't be talking about any of these if that weren't the case. So I think that is kind of a neat way that we've come by this movie here. And there's like some decent laughs and like some decent production elements.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you could throw this on in the background of like a Halloween party or something, because some of them are good. And it's an anthology, so you're going to get some good ones, you're going to get some bad ones, but overall I think it would be something interesting that if you throw on the background of a Halloween party, people could check in and out.
Yeah.
I think I might be a little looser than you guys on this one.
I think so. Randy's the loosest of us.
Oh boy,
it's a loose recommend. For sure.
Boy,
I'm loose.
Nice.
Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
And
All right.
we're sued. Super, super loose recommend on Hellarious. But like I said, it is currently up on Tubi for free. If you'd like to check it out, go ahead and do so. We're going to be spoiling the shit out of this movie, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Bob, how are we going to run this down? We're just going to go short by short, a la Simpsons? Or are you going to try to do it all at the same time? Or what do you want to do here?
We could just do them one at a time. That's probably the best way
probably.
to go about it. So yeah, there's 7 shorts. Like I said, they were produced between the years of 2012 2019. The first short we got here is called Killer Cart. We see a sentient shopping cart terrorize a bunch of employees that are closing up shop for the night over at a grocery store. And that's really kind of the plot of it. There's not much more to it than that. There's not a lot of trivia about this whatsoever, but Juice, you found a little blurb about how the filmmakers had graduated from FSU, and they decided to put whatever money this short made back into the FSU filmmaking department. They were just going to donate all proceeds to that, which is kind of cool, actually. Just kind of
I thought that was pretty cool. So it was filmed, in the area of Tallahassee. So we know that area well. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So nice of them to do, for sure. This is one of the better shorts, I think, of the 7 in the movie. I think they started strong, for sure. Decent gore, very, very silly concept. It reminded me a bit of that movie Intruder, which is like, it's a very much a slasher movie, but it takes place entirely in a grocery store, and it kind of had that goofy vibe going for it as well. But the shopping cart like opens up, it splits in half, and it's got jaws, and it's like biting people in half and ripping car doors off, and I think they're doing a lot with a little here.
Me too. I thought it was a clever little idea of just like you could take some cheap shopping carts, cut them, and easily operate them. And it's pretty funny too. It feels like one of those aspects where a group of these people probably did work in a grocery store. It's got one of those vibes of like the experience you have at your first kind of job.
Somebody
we all worked at the movie theater.
At this
yes, exactly. And I like how it kind of ramped up because they slowly reveal the shopping cart, but then later when the shopping cart is somehow on top of the shelves and pulls the girl. Like,
that's a great shot.
I actually did get some chuckles out of this one, and the manager with his sawzall and stuff like that. And this one wasn't too bad, actually.
Didn't love it.
Randy, you're supposed to be bought.
I know. I am.
You're-
Well, no, I was told that I could fly free as the dove here.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I appreciate it on the level of like, this is like if this is a student work, which I didn't know at the time, that changes things significantly for how I receive these things. I kind of started thinking that as things went on, but at the beginning, I'm thinking like I'm judging this against other anthology films. I'm not necessarily judging this against student works. You know what I mean? So I came into this with a certain expectation that was just not meeting that expectation. I thought, yes, it's a silly concept, but like the performances aren't great. Like the effects are fine. They're better knowing that they are complete shoestring things that are being put together by students. That I appreciate. But like strictly as visuals or whatever, I wasn't like doing a lot of laughing. And I also feel like, and this is weird because like I know these are all different directors and stuff, but there's a weirdly similar cadence with all of these films and similar problems with like the edit and the timing of some of these punchlines that were really, really sticking in my craw a little bit. And it started with this one. I think there's a few beats that like come in a little too late or like that don't really seem to make a lot of sense to me. And that compounds over some of these other shorts as well. So yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of nifty. Like the idea that like if I had made this, I would feel really good about it because it seems like the sort of thing that you have a lot of fun making. Not always like we've made shitty little like at home movies or whatever that we love watching and think are hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like it's for the audience of us, period, and like nobody else need apply.
Nifty
and
little shorts.
And this has broader ambitions than that. And I don't know. It's like as somebody who's on the outside of that friend group, I'm not feeling it.
I kind of had the opposite feeling where I was like, one thing about most of these, especially this one in particular, knowing it was about, or it's shot in FSU and people from there and stuff like that. I was like, I really wish I knew these people, because if I knew the people who made these, I'd be really proud of them, because especially knowing what Bob was saying about this kind of being this hodgepodge of just shorts being randomly put together, because I think they are good enough. I think they are good enough for me to not know that necessarily. You know, I think it's good enough for me to watch this and think like, you know what, that wasn't, like Bob said, the worst anthology that I've seen. And I found myself I think it was actually really smart to start with this one because it was funny enough and goofy enough to really set the tone for what I expected for the rest of this movie. And some of them exceeded that, some of them fell below that. But with this one being so silly, but fun, and the concept, I think, being relatable to a lot of people because it's your first job. You know, like I said, I feel like we all kind of feel this, even though I've never worked in a supermarket before. But I don't know. I felt proud of these people, even though I didn't know them. And I was like, I wish I knew them so I could tell them, like, you did a good job.
Good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that was
fun.
fun.
It was like, that on that level, I agree with you. I'm talking about as somebody who watched this on Tubi on a random watch, basically. So
Yeah,
like
no context at
but
all.
if this was like my friend showed me this thing they put together, I'd have a good laugh at it. I've seen worse things that my friends have put together, but they had a good time doing
No,
it. It
you
was an
haven't.
exercise of their abilities.
Whoa, Randy, you have talented friends.
All
Do
of
I
them.
need to start naming names? Is that what we're going to do here today?
Yeah.
I know I have made worse things than this, if that helps. So, you know, I don't mean to
helps
denigrate
a
anybody. I
little.
really, really don't. I feel really bad about doing that with young filmmakers and stuff. It makes me feel bad. So I don't want to do that, and, you know, power to them. But I'm just saying, like, strictly as a base consumer that knows nothing about the background of this movie, jumping in blind, I wouldn't say it's the worst anthology I've seen, but I think it's below average for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
All
this
things
one
told.
is a good tone setter, and I think it does set a decent expectation for the rest of them. This one really does, even though it's still like very short and like there's not a whole lot of depth, it feels a little more fleshed out than a handful that we will get to. Some of these are like really, really bite-sized short with like no meat on the bone whatsoever.
That's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, the next one, unless you guys have anything else you want to add about Killer Court.
No, I don't think so.
Well, okay, yeah, I will say this. Like, the funniest part to me was the what's his name? Hale, I think they called him, the older guy, the
Yeah.
janitor slash everything guy. When he's going through and he's like listing the reasons carts would be angry with people. I'm just like,
that was
Jesus Christ, this is like I don't know, like that, like just like the thought exercise of why would this inanimate object give a fuck?
They get bumped into
And sometimes
everything.
they just
People
snap.
just throw
It's
them
like
around.
it's not the best read. It's not the
And
best,
he was like
lines.
expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's stuck
Like, of
around
course
to
this is
prevent
gonna
the
happen.
apocalypse. I don't know.
Can't believe it took this long.
Yeah.
That was
I
pretty
don't
funny.
know, man.
So, yeah, the second short in this is called Horrific. And we see a dude hanging out in his trailer, and he's besieged by the legendary goat-eating cryptid known as the Chupacabra, and he fights it off. And that's really about it.
Yeah, this
bit of
one's
a
super
cryptid nut,
thin.
famously.
But
You
I
are.
well, like I wasn't really crazy about this one. However, I will say there were situations as I was watching it, I was like, this dude is giving it his all. So
Yeah.
good on him. And
I wrote down. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and there were moments of physical comedy that got some chuckles out of me.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like I think I like this one a little bit better than Carts personally, and I think it's owed largely to how big this guy takes every line. He's clearly to
Cryptid
me
Nut
channeling.
Randy.
He's clearly channeling as much Bruce Campbell energy as he can possibly
Totally,
muster, and
dude.
I approve
yeah.
of that.
I got that too.
Yeah.
I definitely approve of that. And then also, like, the effects aren't like amazingly, like, they're not convincing, but the practical effects of the Chupacabra, especially like the mouth opening thing or whatever, like, yeah, it's pretty fun.
That's not a real
spooky.
Chupacabra, says Randy.
It's not what they don't have tri jaws, my guy.
Uh,
All the cryptid forums are gonna go ape shit on this one. Let me tell you. But yeah, no, I don't know. I did. I mean, ultimately, like that. I liked like. It's one of those things where you can kind of see the strings, but you like it. You know?
The only problem I had, I was like, oh, they shouldn't have put these like back to back because it literally ended the same kind of way as the cart one that we just watched, where you destroy one and then you
There's a
find
bunch
out
more.
there's a whole bunch
There's a
of
horde
them.
coming after you.
Yeah,
You forgot this was chosen by bingo number
Yeah.
that came up. In the top.
Yeah.
So
This one is okay. I dug the setup, but then it just kind of was over, and it doesn't really develop hardly anything.
Yeah,
I thought
they had one dude in one location.
yeah. I thought it was funny.
There's, like-
He's just like sitting in his underwear, like drinking beer and smoking weed and eating Cheetos or whatever. And then the best part of like physical comedy for me, I think, was when he was like basically playing whack-a-mole on his stove with the Chupacabra like
Yeah.
popping up
Yeah.
underneath the burners. I like that moment pretty good. That looked solid.
I like how he just like blew everything up, but was like so proud that he got it. You know, he would just
that's
so
the Bruce Campbell, and it's like the
Yeah,
bravado,
yeah.
The
like,
Looney Tunes
insane.
thing. Yeah. it's-
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
exactly.
you're right. So like, there's I wrote down a few notes for this one, and one of them was like, the man starts boiling Twinkies, and I'm like, this feels like an inside joke that they just threw in here. That's the kind of energy
We
I
wouldn't
started
know
feeling
anything
like, okay,
about
this
that.
definitely. Like, what the
Outside
fuck good is
jokes
a boiled
only.
Twinkie to anybody? Like, I don't know. It seems like it's an attempt at humor that we don't have the like ground level information for, is what I felt like about it. But other than it's just stupid. If that's just what it is, then I'm not particularly.
You don't want to
finding
eat
it
a
funny.
raw
But
Twinkie.
you can't. You can't make a Twinkie more Twinkie. It just is Twinkie.
Randy. You can fry it.
Can fry it, Randy.
I know how
That
you
just
like
makes a
them.
fried Twinkie.
Extra
That's a different
sloppy.
thing. If you want your burled Twinkies, go for it. All you, my guy, have
You
'em,
could
have at
bake
'em.
it. You could toast
But I will say,
it.
You could
this
cook
segment
it a lot of ways.
might have. I'm going to move on.
You could steam it.
The funniest joke I think maybe in the whole film is in this one, and it's just like very like blink and you miss it sort of thing. I thought it was like a nice subtle joke in the middle of a very bombastic segment where the dude's watching like the silliest porn imaginable, where it's just like a girl doing hula hoop. And
Oh,
and it's like, and he's like just sitting there watching her. That's how this movie opens up, and then it cuts out. and then eventually it cuts back in as the thing's attacking him and as things are really popping off, and it comes back on, and as soon as it does, he goes like, huh, and he just starts like, he just settles back into watching it for like 2 seconds and then moves on again and something explodes. That little like glance of like, huh, like it just got me, man. Like the distractibility of this dude.
Back to the hula hooping.
You
Very
could cut a
small
Twinkie into bite-sized pieces and put it in some milk like
Holy
a cereal.
shit.
Could do that. You could do that.
All right, anyway.
Yeah. This has like a Joe Dante kind of vibe to it too. With like
That would have been really prescient a minute ago.
6 minutes ago. Because it has that like Looney Tune kind of vibe, which he pulls from quite a bit in his movies. You know, like Gremlins and the short that he did on the Twilight Zone, the movie, and some other stuff. Yeah, it has that kind
Yeah,
happening.
there's just not anything else to it. It's really
very
just
simple. Yeah.
it's just it really hangs on this dude really going very wild and having some physical comedy. That's what
I
you
think
get.
more than any of
Yeah.
the others, this one to me feels like it knows what it is. Maybe there's a couple of contenders for that accolade.
Really,
but-
I felt like they were all pretty self-aware.
well, I wouldn't say they're not self-aware, but I think this one, like, it hones in on exactly what it wants to be, which is kind of Looney Tunes. Like, I feel like it really, what it sets out to be, it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Chupacabra Looney Tune. Yeah. Anything else about this one before we move on, boys?
No, that's it.
Not a thing.
All right. So the next one, the third short, is called Till Death. We see these 4 shitty dudes meet up at a bar. They're complaining about their wives, and they eventually come to an agreement where they're going to help each other kill their wives. They do so, and they all come back as zombies the next morning. The dudes try to live with them. They can't. They end up deciding that they should just kill themselves. They do that, and they also come back. They just cannot escape their wives.
Oh, boys. The old ball and chain. Am I right?
Oh, you just can't get rid of the
This is the one where I texted you guys, I'm pulling my hair out. This is the moment.
This
At
is
the end
not
of
one of
this
my
segment.
favorites. It's a longer
What?
one. It's a longer
It is a
one.
longer
It is.
one. Yeah.
And
I
it
will
doesn't make
say,
any goddamn sense. The way this thing ends is so fucking... I genuinely was a little confused. Like, so they killed themselves, but not themselves. They had to kill each other, and they did it on the same witches
yeah.
plot. So why didn't they expect to come back to life? Or, like, just jump off a goddamn bridge? Like, I don't know. Like, if that's the idea, then I don't know what else to tell you. But, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Jump
it just doesn't
off
make sense.
a goddamn bridge.
Somebody
Yeah.
pull that shit out of context, please.
They were like they were doing some things where like they made the women look different, like they had different deaths, like one had a knife in her head and one had the bag around her head, and they were doing some decent stuff to make it look like disgusting and have some fun, like, you know, practical effects and stuff. But yeah, the fact that it went on too long and the just general premise was, yeah, this is on the lower
It's
end.
pretty
for
rough.
sure.
These dudes are all so obnoxious too. Like I can't.
Yeah.
When they're getting together and you're kind of getting introduced to them one by one, they're just.
There was
like,
a funny Hoobastank gag. I like that.
The musician puts on Hoobastank at the bar on the jukebox or whatever. Yeah, that was like a decent
That was
gag, but they're all like man children, and
they're not as cool as
They're not.
us.
They're not. Well, they're not supposed to be likable
they're not.
either.
They're not.
Like,
but they're
like they're leaning in maybe a little too hard is the problem.
yeah, it's annoying. Is the I don't give a shit that I don't like them. I'm actually like annoyed by them, and I can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
And like the story is nonsensical too, and like not particularly funny. So like, there's nothing for me to really like enjoy about it. There's a couple decent gags. One gag that did work for me actually was the wife who I believe was poisoned when she's like foaming at the mouth consistently, and she like ends up wiping the nasty foam on the dude's face when he's shaving and like trying to be like flirtatious with him. Like that gag got me because it was like gross and effective looking.
Okay.
So they got one.
One thing I didn't really get about this, I don't know if it was supposed to have an effect. It didn't seem, because it wasn't consistent, but like all but one of the wives are just like overly loving too. So
absolutely.
it didn't really make sense for them to really want to kill them.
Except that
unless that was part of the curse.
I think that's supposed. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, they come
that's the
back.
thing. Is like it's ill-defined. Like the characters of the wives are just people off camera until they are back to life. Like we don't see what they are normally like.
But then
I'm like the only.
Well, I guess they want to get away from them because they are now zombies. So that's even though they're loving, they're like. But maybe they weren't.
But
loving
nobody,
before.
but the guys seem to notice what's going on.
Yeah, nobody says, "Hey, your wife has a knife hanging out of her head."
Yeah, your wife is charred to a. My daughter, your wife, is charred to a crisp, and we're both speaking like Fran Drescher, which I assume is normal. I don't know. It was a weird thing. That it was just kind of hard to follow, hard to parse, and like probably the worst aspect about it that kind of like made it all for me a little bit. It kind of pushed me over the edge and made this my least favorite. I think was the edit here is weird, man. Like comedic beats in this one in particular were really, really hitting like late or like later than my bumps, dude. It was It's kind of
pretty late.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking late.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just like the editing. It was confusing already, and it made it more confusing when jokes weren't landing at the proper time, and literal beats of the story seemed to be missing. Like, I don't know. Strange stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about this one. It just the jokes largely didn't land. And it just kind of was stretched on a little too long for not a whole lot of story or plot. I kind of wish they had trimmed this one down. It would have been a little more palatable, I think, if it was on the shorter
and there's not
end.
one likable one. I mean, I guess it's worth saying that they're doing a kind of, what is it, Strangers on a Train or whatever.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I kill your wife, you kill mine, we swap or whatever.
The Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together, boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was the only thing. But then at the end when they all they're gonna line up in a kind of circle S or square or something and shoot each other, but they go early and then they shoot each other. Yeah, this is on the lower end. Not the worst, not my least favorite.
Off early.
I would say not my least
I'm gonna
favorite.
have to review all of these to get to the least favorite because maybe there's.
I
more
know which one is my least favorite off the top of my head.
This one I think might actually be my least favorite, but we can
This might be
continue.
my second. Yeah.
We can continue on here, get on to the fourth short. This one is called Death Metal. And we see a metalhead play some guitar in a park, and he's not particularly good at it. His uncle gives him a pentagram guitar crafted by Satan. He also gives him several rules that go along with the guitar. Of course, he breaks all 3 rules immediately. This causes the hatchet headstock on the guitar to launch off and murder everybody in the park the very next day, including the metalhead himself.
I'm gonna say this one I was actually laughing at. There's some good things about this one. One, it's I think the shortest. It goes by
It's real short.
really fast, and the premise is very simple. And a lot of what I found entertaining was just the ending where everyone dies in these ridiculous ways, and the practical effects and how over the top it was. Like I'm just gonna be straight up honest, and I was like legit laughing. Like as it kept going, I kind of got myself into this rhythm, and so then each time new people were killed, it just kind of kept tickling me. So I got caught up in this little laugh whirlwind, and like the baby I think was
The laugh
was really good.
Yeah, the baby, the girl gets her hands cut off, the guitar player gets cut in half. And I like this one quite a bit. It reminded me a lot of Deathgasm vibes. If you like that movie,
yeah, I mean it's going for that. I don't know. Like to me, I didn't particularly love this. I think it's more medium though. There are some net positives to this. It's mercifully short. Like they do not overlinger on this one, which is I'm grateful for because there was to me one and only one really funny moment of this, and it was when the guy's telling him the Gremlin style rules, and he just turns around and the guy's already fucking gone. I was like, okay,
I
that was kinda funny.
I love the
funny.
rule of like, don't treat it like your dick or whatever. Just
Don't
the way
hold
they're
it,
doing
yeah.
it. And then the dude doing the rules, like doing the dick thing.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
I still like got quite
So-
tickled at this.
The kills like were mostly positive to me if for any reason, then it was for like just admiration of amateur special effects.
Yeah.
Mostly that's it.
Yeah.
The three
So-
rules were don't play the guitar during the daytime, don't play it for money, and don't hold it like it's your dick when you're playing it. And the dude goes to the park during the day with a tip jar and immediately holds the guitar like it's his dick, and he's shredding his ass off. And
Also, I love that
everybody
this
dies.
dude's playing like heavy metal in the
I know, like
park.
with an amplifier
It
loud as
doesn't make
fuck
any sense.
in the park.
Like,
There's also
why
like
would
a
you be there?
bit that's funnier in concept than it was in execution, which is right beforehand where the guy, like there's a guy sitting on a bench who's like in khakis and a button up or whatever. It like tells the guy to fuck off or says something like that, and the guy says like, "Oh, fuck you," and then the guy in whatever his like work get up starts chasing him. It's like clearly intimidating this like heavy metal dude. So like it's a funny concept, but I didn't think it was that funny in the actual moment, which is weird. We've been getting a lot of that like with some other shows that we've done recently, where it's like, yeah, I can cognitively understand why that should be funny, but for reasons I can't put my finger on, it did not work.
Yeah. This one is super short. I do dig it. I like the whole, deal made with Satan. You get, it's got that, meeting the devil down by the crossroad and, learning how to play guitar or whatever. It's the whole blues man thing going for it. I like all that stuff that it's pulling from, and the practical effects are just kind of the cherry on top of the whole thing. And it's short and sweet. So, I mean, this one totally worked for me, generally.
I feel like in the hands of like a sketch comedy group that's pretty funny, like if Whitest Kids You Know did this bit, I think they would do a much better
it'd be
job
way
of
funnier.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They wouldn't probably maybe have the same special effects prowess, but they would have the comedy prowess, and that's the most important thing here to me.
Yeah, instead they drink gallons of PCP at the park. That's what they did.
Yeah, which is illegal.
And funny.
It's a felony.
It's illegal.
I'm not going to bother pressing that button.
Anything else
That's fine.
you guys want to say about this before we move on?
No, let's go to the next one, Bob. Number 5.
Number 5, yeah. So this one is called Lunch Ladies. We see two lunch ladies want a trip to meet the only Johnny Depp, and they plan to try and become his personal chefs. They end up being taunted by a very cruel school kid because of their awful cooking. One of the lunch ladies has had enough, and she murders the student. The two lunch ladies then decide to channel Johnny Depp in his hit film Sweeney Todd and turn the kid into a bunch of meat pies they serve to the school. Some might say this is also pulling from The Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah, I felt like this one was the most accomplished. Did everybody feel that?
I do, yeah.
I kind of feel like that, but I don't know why exactly.
It felt like
Well,
it
there
had
was a
more of
couple
a
of them.
scope, like multiple locations, like a bunch of
It had an arc.
actors and background
Yeah, a
characters.
full
and-
story. Yeah,
Totally, yeah.
several characters, like a lot of extras.
Yeah, all
and,
those
like,
meat pies. They had still gore and like some practical effects, and like it felt big.
Yeah.
It felt bigger, anyways, than the other
Yeah,
one.
an
I feel
actual
like more like
story.
it could be blown
Yeah.
into a story. Like maybe not the
Yeah.
best, like blown into a full movie. Maybe not the best full movie, but it could be blown out a
Sweeney
little
Todd.
bit more. And
But also too,
Yeah.
that not only
also
that,
not the
like
best movie.
Yeah,
it really
exactly.
had like
Yeah.
all the things that you would need for a proper short, because even I really liked it how it opened, because I knew immediately what they were going for, and then it revealed as it played out. But the music, I mean, it was playing like a Tim Burton film.
Yeah,
The
I didn't clock that, actually.
and they were driving, and I was like, oh, what is this? And then as I found out they were obsessed with Johnny Depp, and then they pull from the Sweeney Todd and everything. Yeah, it's like it's got a kind of like Tim Burton-esque soundtrack to it.
I love that they hired a Johnny Depp impersonator for the end or whatever. I really
That
thought that
was
they were going to
just
do a
Johnny
thing where it was
Depp.
like,
No, that was Johnny.
That was Johnny.
oh, that was okay. It's the same Johnny Depp from the Tim and Eric movie, I'm sure. But
John Yield Deep.
no. But like what was I gonna say? Oh, like at the beginning, they start like they have you see like little like pictures of Johnny Depp on their dashboard and things like that, and it gets like to this weird hero worship thing. But they also got that letter that said that they won tickets to this grand prize of tickets for their recipe,
Cooking,
and then they say
yeah.
that they're going to become his personal chefs. And I didn't know if that was aspirational or part of the deal. And then they go there, and it
Aspirational.
seems like
Oh yeah, they just
Okay,
that was
I
their
wasn't clear on
idea.
that.
Yeah.
okay,
They just want a
but,
trip
like,
to meet him, basically.
Yeah, really, because and that was the whole joke too, because like the plane tickets are not included.
yeah.
So really, it's just they're gonna go to a concert, and they're like, oh my god, when he meets us, he's going to want us to
Okay.
be his personal.
I thought that
chef.
might be the case, but it was a little unclear because I didn't remember like full content of
Yeah.
contents of the letter, and I was not rolling it back. But
Randy.
I don't know.
Well, and the poster too. I love how they do
The
like the
lips.
kiss, and they've got
Yeah.
the T-shirts
That it was
on,
already
and it's
wiped off.
all.
I was like, I know where this is going. I wish they had kissed the actual lips of it, though. I thought that's what they were gonna do, and I think that would have been a little funnier because it's
It's
just so
all
gross.
yeah. It's all young Johnny Depp too, for the most part. Yeah, I thought it was it was a full concept that was captured well, and it was kind of cool to have this Simpsons short kind of brought to life essentially.
It was maybe
I
the
like
best
that.
performances, like in a single short.
I would agree
Across
with
the
that.
board.
The lunch ladies
From
are,
everyone,
are
yeah.
really turning one in here. Even like
Yeah, I
the
think so.
the cheerleader who's like really mean to them does a good job. I like how they handled the principal too. How you like never see his face, but he's got a really distinct voice, and he just kind of
He had like a very stupid
Outline,
name.
yeah.
It was like, oh man, what was it? It was like
I don't remember his
gross
name.
principal gross fatty or some shit like that.
I don't remember that.
It was like a pretty subtle thing, I think, compared to the other stuff. in this
Yeah,
movie, but-
I like the hokiness and how they handled his character. It reminded me of like Charlie Brown or something. How you just kind of see his shoes walking around, basically.
Yeah.
his legs.
Had a little style
was a
like that.
weird
It also
choice,
kind
but it
of
was a
like
style choice, I guess.
it kind of reminded me, I think, because I think this is what they're going for, the Tim Burton-ness, but it felt like 90s as
Yeah.
well too. The kind of color palette and some of the things that
Maybe.
I don't know, just kind of felt like a 90s movie,
I mean, I
or
think that
even
might
like
have
a
to have to do
Malcolm
with
in the
Lunch
Middle
Ladyland
or
a
something.
little bit.
yeah. I
Like,
just think they were pulling from that a lot.
Like Edward Scissorhands, like when he's in the suburbs.
Suburbia, suburbia. Mhm.
Kind of got that vibe. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, they had a lot of style reference, it seems like, maybe, and it's pulled off as well as a really low budget
Yeah.
short could probably.
And the
like,
stuff in the pies.
I
too,
admire
the
this one
ear,
more than most.
The ear in
And
the
the-
pie,
the
the finger
finger.
in the pie. Yeah.
Principal almost eats the finger. I love when they're like chopping the girl up in the kitchen at the school and like grinding her shit up and like making the pie. Like all that looks really, really solid. And then when they start baking them and the smell like goes throughout the school and all the kids start losing their minds because it smells so fucking good. They can't wait to go to lunch. All that.
You might say we all have a
like-
little Cooter in us
Cooter
right
in
now.
us.
I was thinking about the whole goddamn time. But you know what? It also kind of felt 90s was the opening lunch scene where the slop was all like,
Yeah.
bright green and blue and shit. Like it felt like
Yeah.
a 90s like commercial, like a kid would be like, ooh, lunch is disgusting.
They needed.
and
If they were
stuff.
going to go for that, though, they need more
Yeah.
fisheye lens. I'm just going to say, like,
Yeah.
that
Or
was the
just
missing element for that style. Of,
felt kind of
parody.
Nickelodeon style or something. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
felt very 90s to me.
I'll have some of the yellow.
There was a
Yeah,
lot of lunch lady weirdness in the 90s, just in
There
general,
was,
actually. I
yeah.
think because like
Lunch Lady's got
like
a lot of
Pete
play
Pete,
in
I'm
the
pretty sure
90s.
did some shit with that. Like, I don't know. Like, it does seem like there was a lot of lunch lady.
Lunch
shit
ladies
going
were just getting it in,
Whoa.
on. Oh yeah.
Who else had a
Lunch ladies
hot
fucked in
lunch
the
lady
90s.
in elementary school?
Damn, let me get that free pizza, girl.
He knows how you like them sloppy.
Let me get that Mega Duval burger on the cheap.
Oh,
Oh God.
That extra hot
legitimately
wilted
the worst
lettuce.
burger I have ever eaten.
The Duval burger.
The mega Duval burger.
Because it had
Oh,
like
boy.
the government cheese and the hot wilted lettuce on it. That's how you know.
You know, they do what they can with shoestring budgets. God bless the lunch ladies of this land, but holy shit, that was the
Sure.
worst burger I've ever eaten.
Sure.
God
my
bless
God.
him. God bless him. We all need to
And
eat.
the bag milk. Ooh.
Oh, I only drink my milk out of sacks.
Oh my God.
Tell me more about these sacks, Bob.
Oh, I bet you'd like to hear about that. Anything else you guys want to say about this one before we move on?
Get your hand off my penis! I want to hear about the sacks you're drinking milk out of, Bob.
What kind of straw those sacks have?
Oh God!
Crazy.
All right, let's move on. We gotta land the plane.
I think we got some more meat on these bones. Let's go.
Okay, the sixth short is called Bitten. We see a single woman leaving her house on a full moon to go clubbing. Her dog earlier was bitten by something outside. While she's away, he turns into a naked man and he does a bunch of, dog-like things. She ends up coming back and finding a naked man on her couch. The two have some sex, during which he bites her shoulder. Then on the next full moon, he changes back into a man and she changes into a dog, revealing the dog was bitten by a werewolf. There you go.
Wow.
You dirty bitch!
No, boys.
Is this your bottom?
I'm shooting this one down.
I didn't
hated
tell
this
by your
one.
face.
Didn't love this one either. Yeah.
This one was Now, I will say the general concept of a reverse werewolf is interesting, but no.
I kind of thought that too. I was like, I could see a movie where where the core conceit is that the dog turns into a guy once a month or whatever, and just like somebody reeling with that, and like you could see some humor in that, but the humor does not, in my mind, play well when it comes to basically literally fucking your dog.
Yeah, it's
and then becoming
bestiality. It's a short amount of bestiality.
That's a vibe that I don't partake in.
But I will say that also the concept, again, the way you're just describing it, also has a kind of 90s feel of like a kid's dog is bitten by a werewolf and he becomes his best friend once a month or something like that. And he teaches him.
Swinging dong, doing a hog jog through the house.
Fucking hog jog.
That's just my hot naked man friend.
But this woman coming home and just banging this naked man on her couch.
Oh, that's woman's best friend, this hot naked man that doesn't talk and just plows, right? Heyo. Can he cook too? Can
I mean, just call your boy Soju if that's what you're looking for.
Nah, you talk way too much, dog.
Depends on how much I get.
God damn.
Man, so I get paid to say nice things. You get paid to shut the fuck up. Dude. Okay, I see.
I mean, that's what you're looking for.
God damn. The X-rated episode. You got to sign up on Patreon for all that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this one I just didn't particularly love. The woman, just eating the chicken at the beginning. Like, they do the whole, zoom into her, her mouth and her fingers. And it's just, really unsettling. And I don't even really know why they did that necessarily to make her seem
just
more
to make
like
her disgusting, I guess.
A werewolf. I don't.
But why?
I don't know.
Disgusting. Like what? I don't know either.
She's supposed to be really unappealing, which I guess justifies the idea that she's banging her dog.
I don't understand what what the goal is with that character. I don't know if it's meant to be making her hyper disgusting beforehand, or just I feel like it's setting things up that they don't make good on. Like it sets up that the dog has been told to be on diet food, so he can't have meat or can't have the chicken with her. And then the man that comes out of the dog is the skinniest dude I've ever seen in my fucking life and has no problem with food whatsoever. So
Skinny everywhere.
Why not make some? I don't know. I guess
branding.
I just got that pencil, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Got
number two, baby.
Number two.
You don't want it that sharp. But
girl, I'm about to take the SAT over here.
Damn. About to Christmas tree that
ass.
When in doubt, mark C. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, there's more testing jokes in there that we could.
This one's not great. I don't know.
Nah, this one's not good.
Maybe it could be a.
And this is the lightest on the horror, other than just the concept.
It is, yeah. It is. It's.
And I guess I don't know.
It's kind of funny when she opens the door and there's just this complete naked stranger on her couch, and she's like, "Give me that dick, son." Doesn't ask any questions.
I didn't think that was funny. I thought that was fucking weird. Not in a funny way. I was like, I don't know, man. Is it really going to go this route where this lady's going to fuck her dog unawares just because he happens to be a naked man on the couch? That
like,
paints her in a
fucking your dog
fucked
is
up light.
not funny.
The dog hog is not funny. No. If
It's
you,
not.
Hog, not funny.
It's not.
The Red
All right.
Rocket.
Let's
is
okay.
not funny.
Oh
funny.
Jesus Christ! Let's move on. The seventh and final short is
Yes.
probably the shortest short of all. It's called Hellarious.
I think the guitar one. Well, I don't know.
They might be neck
They're-
and neck. I don't know.
Yeah, they're both short.
Yeah, they're both close.
Shorty shorts.
Yeah.
So we see this satanic cult surrounding a woman and performing some sort of satanic ritual. She is pregnant. And this dude shows up late who like seems like he works at a Best Buy or something, and he puts on a mask and joins, and it's for chuckles. And then they complete their whatever evil thing they're doing, and this creature crawls out of the woman's stomach, and it turns out to be Jesus Christ. And that's the joke. That's the punchline. It's not Satan. It's Jesus.
Because he gave him the wrong book or something. Like there's a
Maybe.
there's a schlemazel or there's an idiot involved with this cult who works at
Schlemiel.
Best Buy.
That was the word.
Schlemoose?
And comes in late and almost fucks things up, and then hands the guy a book and tries to interject a couple times. They do that bit where the guy's like, they're all really annoyed with him, so he's trying to like barrel through the chanting, and this guy's trying to interrupt and say, yeah, but you should also the guy keeps cutting him off, and it's like, oh, it's clear that this guy's doing it wrong. And the guy, for the first time since getting here, is providing something useful. And that useful context is that the book he's holding is upside down. That's not an upside down cross. That's a right side up cross. It's a Bible. He's chanting from the Bible, I guess.
Maybe.
And
Maybe.
that
I
made
didn't really
me just jump
pick
out
up
of a-
on that.
I
Boom.
took it as they did the satanic ritual out of a satanic ritual book, and then it brought Jesus Christ to them. And because I don't know, they fucked up, or maybe they just didn't know what they were saying because it's an ancient text, and then they flip it right side up because now they need to worship Jesus Christ because he's standing in front of them.
Oh, I didn't take it that way at all. That's
But
interesting.
It's very vague, so you can take it.
I thought
however-
that was just a spin. It's like, oh, it's you thought Jesus Christ was a savior and he's the Antichrist.
Yeah, you could
Oh wow!
take
this,
it anyway.
Wow, this has
yeah.
got a lot of interesting things going
Whoa,
on here.
boys,
Actually.
there's a lot
Whoa,
of
hold
depth
on.
here.
Whoa.
Where is this depth in this whole movie? I know, like, legitimately, I thought it was like the guy just like handed him a Bible by mistake, or like there was some
Yeah,
context that he
could
said like
be.
the guy said that you can't do, and the guy that was the first time the guy got tamped down and told to shut up or whatever. And then he never got to finish that thought. He never got to like stop the guy before he did the wrong thing. So I assume that the guy had some context, like you're reading it wrong, or you're reading it. Maybe he was reading it upside down. It was supposed to be the other way around, and he was. I don't know. But it sounds like there's a lot of ways to look at this. Whatever, 3 minutes short.
Apparently.
I will say that this is another one that I actually got some chuckles out of. Like the guy showing up. There's been a couple things that poke fun or make jokes at like the Church of Satan, or these types of clubs where they're
I
just
always think of Silicon Valley.
exactly they're just a bunch of nerds hanging out in a garage and
Nerds
cheap
and activists,
robes. And that, and the guy showing up, he's got his Best Buy clothes on. He was like, oh, I tried to get off early and then I had this problem. And then he's got the wrong mask. And, those
Doesn't have
just
the
really
name right.
that shtick was, I was like, that was tickling me. Just a scotch.
My problem, I could see that, but there was like, and this is like a nitpick, I know, but like at the end of this movie, I was like not feeling very generous. So like at the end, like I was. When he was putting on the robe, and I think that's an okay bit, like you said, like, oh, he's struggling to put on the robe. Everybody's already frustrated with him, and he's holding things up. He's holding things up extra now. There's a baby coming. But like, I wish they would have pressed the gas on the baby aspect of that, the pregnancy that's in front of him. They just keep it dead silent while he fumbles with the robe for a few seconds and then puts it on, and it's just a little awkward. I wish they would have had her screaming and had her like really like in the throes of pregnancy during this whole time, so that just add an extra sense of urgency, and he's like the lackadaisical one that doesn't give a shit. I feel like it's a missed opportunity for that.
She is giving
story.
birth to a grown man too, so that would make
Yes,
serious
eventually she does
sense.
give
Yeah.
a
but
grown,
then he just like pop out of her belly.
Holy Spirit.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. A grown Holy Spirit. Yeah, there's apparently a bunch of different ways you can interpret this, but the punchline is the punchline. It's a bunch of Satanists who accidentally bring Jesus Christ to instead of the Antichrist. So
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go.
That's it.
That's it. That's the movie.
Hellarious.
Hellarious. There is no wraparound or anything. It just kind of ends with him going, Jesus Christ, and then it cuts him off and says Hellarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll
Yep.
them credits there.
Yeah.
Anything
That's
else you guys have to say about this before we get into Mr. Dongster Sam's review?
No.
No.
I mean,
Actually, let's rate it. Let's go ahead and rate it before we do that.
are we gonna rate it first?
Yeah, we should
Don't
probably
worry,
rate it. We should probably rate it. We should probably.
Yeah, we usually do.
Yeah, we do. It's my first show. Sorry, Rand Diesel. How do you feel about Hellarious?
Yeah, I mean, I think we put a pretty nice face on a lot of these things that I did not like in the moment particularly enjoy. I did not enjoy myself watching this movie. I'm just going to put that out there, flat on the table. Not a movie that I thought was very funny. Showed some technical prowess, but not enough. Showed some technical failings and too many. So I don't know. Like to me, like in the throes of it, I was not about it. I think that generally, it's one of the least enjoyable anthologies I've seen for a while. That said, I do admire it as a work of students specifically, or young filmmakers that are just starting out, cutting their teeth. I respect that. Like we've all like this is what you do to get good. Is you make things. You make things whether they're going to be good or not. You make things you think that they're good in the moment, and then years later you look back and say like I could have done this, and this better. I think that's all part of the process. It's if I had paid money to go to a theater and watch this, I would have been upset to have had to pay for this for that part of the process. Maybe, maybe I don't know. I think it's all part of growing as a filmmaker, and I respect that. I just don't think that these things work strictly as films on their own. So, yeah, ultimately, I'm gonna give it a 1.5, and that 0.5 is largely out of respect for these filmmakers that are getting things going, trying things out, and that donated whatever proceeds may have come from this. I could see these being the result of like one graduating class that just wanted to band together and throw their submit something together. And you know what? Not those sort of things are an invitation to just try stuff, not necessarily an invitation to to make the world like an earth-shattering film. That's a rare occurrence. What usually happens is what we see here. People make things, they're pretty scattershot, there's some good nuggets you can pull out of it, and they hopefully learn from those nuggets and expand upon them in their later work. So I don't know. I just don't want to be too downtrodden on it. It is a film that serves a purpose. It's just more of a purpose for the filmmakers than it is for me.
Right on.
That's it.
Rand Diesel with a generous 1.5. Soju, how do you feel?
I'm gonna be a generous man today, but there's a couple things that are really influencing me, so I'd like to explain that a little bit because it might not make sense otherwise. But what I will say is that one thing too is maybe since we've been covering the festivals, I have gotten a little warmer on shorts in general, because sometimes I'll watch something and think that was quite interesting or that was fun to watch, but then it's kind of gone forever, and maybe some scene or something or the concept will pop in my head and I'll be like, oh, I really enjoyed that, but I don't even know where I could watch it, or and this concept, Bob explained this concept of like these shorts kind of getting collected and put out, and then somebody randomly finds it on Tubi and it gets a box and it's got some cool album art. I like that, honestly, as a concept. That, like, as Bob was talking, I was like, I would like to have some collection. I almost wish I could put together shorts from my life that I've experienced in this same kind of way, because sometimes I just want to watch some things that I thought were like really well put together, really great concepts, especially for, younger filmmakers and stuff. And I just can never see it again. And that's kind of a bummer. And so I like this idea. And for the most part, like Randy was saying, they do kind of feel connected, even though they're not. They have a similar vibe and budget feeling. And so it doesn't feel like a super sloppy, just throw whatever in there. It feels pretty cohesive for what it is.
I wouldn't be surprised, just as a note, I wouldn't be surprised if these people, if they're all coming out of the same graduating class, they're probably working as stagehands on each other's productions. There's probably
a lot
of
if they are all from the same.
No,
I don't know if they are either.
I would be surprised
so.
to find that out.
I don't think that they know each other in any way.
They're from the same community of filmmakers, young filmmakers, presumably.
Maybe.
I mean, from the country though, they could
over a period of 8 years.
Yeah.
Is
that's-
it? Okay, I
yeah.
missed
No,
that
I
part of
don't
it
think
then.
there's any connection, Randy. But
Oh, well, okay, never
so
mind.
yeah, so and with that in mind, I thought that a decent amount of these were pretty well accomplished. Some of them were thin, some of them, were lacking budget and stuff like that. But there was only a couple that really I was just, the wives one and the dog one, I think were the two where I was just like, God, I just wish I didn't have to watch these. But the other ones were pleasant and decent and charming in some ways and accomplished in some ways, and a handful of them, like the lunch ladies ones, were actually like I felt like pretty good all the way through. So with that, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I watched it in chunks. So I'd watch like 20, I watched like 2 at a time, and it was easy to get through it in that way. Just over a couple of nights, just watch 2 at a time. So yeah, 2 out of 5 for me. And I know that that's probably quite generous, but I don't know. There was something charming about this to me that just kind of hit a little soft spot there. Bob, out of 5, where are you going to rate this?
Apparently, I'm going to be the generous man tonight.
Okay. Well,
Oh my.
I
gotta one up me again, Bob. Okay.
I gotta do it. I gotta just.
You
I'm a
to.
giver. When it comes to anthologies, at the end of the day, it's like the shorts, that is, they almost it's impossible to find one where they all work. So you're kind of like tallying like which ones did I like, which ones did I not really like, and at the end of the day, I think I probably enjoyed 3, maybe 4 of the 7. So half, maybe a little over half, somewhere in there. But I do feel like, kind of like you were explaining, Juice, a little soft on this because these are beginning filmmakers, and you can see a lot of promise and a lot of like interesting ideas, and like so even some decent acting and craftsmanship happening here. So like it is cool that these shorts didn't just get a release where they hit a couple festivals and then nobody else really gets to see them again. They kind of have a second life via this horror pack Blu-ray that was sent out, and then also now digitally on Tubi and elsewhere. That is a really cool idea. I think there's a lot of anthologies that are released with that express purpose, that are made by a group of filmmakers that do know each other. To Randy's point, this is kind of another way to get to that same end, really. So like basically the VHS franchise has kind of become that. There's a lot of not necessarily all beginning filmmakers, but like maybe people that have only made a handful of shorts. They're in LA, they're somewhat known, and then they get invited to
Petri dish.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, they kind of tap filmmakers to make a short for a VHS film, and I mean, Kate Siegel. Everybody knows her as a wonderful actress, but the first thing that she was invited to direct was a VHS segment on VHS Beyond, and now I believe she's gonna make her first feature-length film. I forget what it's going to be. It was announced recently. So like, yeah, it's just a cool like launching pad. And I think this is an interesting way to kind of go about doing that same thing, but in a different kind of way. So overall, I think it's interesting. They definitely don't all work, but that's just how anthologies go, right? So I'm going to go with a 2.5 out of 5, kind of right down the middle on this. Definitely a decent background watch for a Halloween party. And a couple interesting, pretty interesting concepts here. So that's going to make our aggregate a 2 out of 5 for Hellarious. Now, whenever you guys do pick a movie for us to review on the show, you are invited to send over a voicemail or an email with your own thoughts and ratings. Your boy Dongster Sam did send over an email, so let's hear what he has to say.
He says this: "What's up, straight chilling crew? I hope y'all enjoy my U pick. I stumbled across it on Tubi a while ago and wanted to share it with all of you. All very dumb stories, but entertaining nonetheless. I'll give the entire film a 3 out of 5 and rank them from best to worst, starting with number 1, Killer Cart. This one really sold me on the whole film. I'd love to see more of it fleshed out with a larger budget. I think it'd be pretty fun. Hale is just great in this. Very funny dude. Also, the Sawzall wasn't doing shit. Laugh out loud. Number 2, Horrific. Goddamn Chupacabra. I thought that was an iconic line. This guy definitely hits at least 3 Cooter points. Another funny line was when he says, fuck you, and flicks him off with his bitten off middle finger. Very stupid, very funny. Number 3, lunch ladies. The lips on that Johnny Depp poster just completely gone. Laugh out loud. The acting and score for this segment are great. This segment definitely feels the most developed. The food looks nasty as fuck too. The story is pretty predictable, but pretty funny overall. Number 4, Till Death. A funny premise with poor acting and bad directorial choices. Too slapstick for my taste. I did like them making fun of that dude's gun, though. That was pretty funny. Also, the line, "Why not just get a divorce?" And the guy responds, "Hey, I ain't no quitter." I did kind of like that, actually. That was pretty funny. Number 5, Born Again. Pretty lame jokes. The foot pooping out of that lady's popping.
Pooping out.
My bad. The foot popping out of that lady's stomach was pretty cool. Satanist birthing Christ instead of Antichrist is a fun, very short joke. The guy flipping the satanic Bible right side up was pretty funny too. Number 6, Bitten. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your dog is? What the hell? This lady fucked a random dude in her house, let alone her own dog. Plus, half-star for the dong, though. And number 7. Yeah. And number 7, Death Metal. Shit on my fuck. This one is just so damn stupid, relying on the effects to make it enjoyable, but it breaks the rules of film by killing off a kid and a baby just for the sake of exploitation. Overall, the weakest segment, in my opinion. Thanks again, and y'all keep chilling. Yeah, I disagree with a couple of those, but it's pretty close. I'm pretty close on a lot.
Shit on my fuck. The quote of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for picking yet another movie for us to review there, Donkster Sam. You're a longtime supporter of the show, and we really do appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, man.
Thank you. All right there, fellas. Randy, is there a Rotten Tomatoes for this movie?
Not really, no.
Okay.
No.
Well,
no, I even looked at it IMDb, and we can do that number if you guys want. Yeah, we might as well do that.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's
Rotten
do
Tomato
our
segment.
Rotten Tomato segment. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the IMDb score for Hellarious. In this segment, I'm going to have these folks guess within the best of their abilities what the whatever the out of 10 star points are from user reviews on imdb.com. We don't usually go this route, so I'm fumbling more than usual, which is saying something. So yeah, I'm going to start with Bob tonight. Bob, out of 500, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Is that? No, yeah, I'm sorry. 583 reviews. What you think the average score is out of those reviews?
That's more reviews than I would have thought, honestly.
Me too.
And they do the decimals on IMDb too, so it can be 10.
They do 1 point after the decimal. Yep.
Yeah, 0 to 10. Yeah, any decimal. I don't think this is gonna be super high because it's a mixed bag anthology, and you can kind of tell that it's younger filmmakers in most of these really. So IMDb is I believe generally graded on a harder scale too than Rotten Tomatoes, I think. So it could be pretty low. I don't know. I'll take a 3.5 out of 10, I guess.
3.5 out of 10 from Bob. Soju, where are you coming in?
Yeah, I was thinking about that area. I'll just be a generous man since Bob gave it a higher score, and I'll one up him, and I'll say 4 even. 4 even.
4 even out of 10. Okay. Well, you guys are somewhat in the right zone. The correct answer is 1.5 points away from one of you.
Oh, I was going to say, damn, dude, that's brutal.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know how to phrase this.
One's going to Bob.
Kind of great. You guys, there's 1.5 in difference between the correct answer and one of you guys, and that correct answer is 5.5.
Oh,
hey.
Wow.
All right.
Thought that was swinging Bob's way.
That seems like crazy high for IMDb, I think.
That seems pretty high. And I'm surprised that there's so many reviews on this thing, honestly.
Well, they're not all written reviews. They're all like, just like, that's the thing about user reviews on IMDb is you can just like click the number and you're done. You put it in. You don't have to write anything necessarily. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems like there's only 17 written reviews here at all.
I didn't think.
Again, if my friend made this, I would take the time to go rate it on
absolutely
IMDb or something.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I'm sure that's in the mix as well. And also, like, I think though in general on Rotten Tomatoes, on IMDb, the average score is like, it's more of a window. Like, that's definitely harsher on movies that you would expect to be higher, but it's also, I think, a little more generous towards movies that you would think would be. I think it like between 4 and like 7 is like 99% of movies on IMDb is my guess.
Interesting. The window technique.
Yeah, I never use IMDb. I don't know why.
Yeah, I rarely look at it. But
I only look at it because of the Rotten Tomatoes game, and I try to avoid the numbers, Juice over here. I exclusively look at Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I mean, I look at Rotten Tomatoes for all the new films coming out.
I'm sure you do.
Rotten Tomatoes, please sponsor us finally.
Also, too, the list that always say like top horror movies of 2025 to find the ones I've never looked. They're always on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, I got it. Just find shit that maybe fell through the cracks.
Yeah, that fell through the cracks. Yeah.
When we're doing our top 10 lists, yeah.
All right. Well, normally I'd read some reviews off of this, the written reviews, but these are not blurbs. These are full like paragraphs. I'm not going to go through that. Okay. So we can move on to trivia was worked in. So I guess it's what time is it, Bob?
Time for Cooter of the Week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the Week.
Juice, what is a cooter and why do we hunt them?
Oh, cooter's a character type and a who yeet. Right there, Bob. You thought I forgot about it.
I thought I got off.
You thought you got off without it. You didn't, son. I waited.
You rascal! You whooped my ass.
I waited patiently, Bob.
Patient as the night.
Damn.
I'm the most patient here. Okay.
Humblest too.
Sure.
I know. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a cooter. We want the cooter with the most points. The 5 points of cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall looking attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, I think there's probably at least one cooter throughout all these shorts. I'd say, the first one that comes to mind. Well, the first one that comes to mind is the husband who says, "I ain't no quitter" or whatever. That guy.
Yeah, like the bravado of the four.
Smug arrogance.
I think all four have a claim, all of them, but
smug arrogance, manipulation. He's kind of like the ringleader. He's the one who's really coming up with this plan.
Patheticness.
Pathetic.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. His wife wants him to come home before 9:30 and he's like shitting his pants about it. He throws his phone across the street for that.
And makes somebody pick it up, some stranger.
Yeah, just forces a stranger to pick it up.
Smug arrogance, patheticness,
manipulation.
Looking at tire.
Manipulation. So he's already hit enough.
Yeah, sexual deviance. I don't know that they did anything like that, really.
Guess
I don't
not.
think so.
And then looking at tire,
he did use the word blowy, which is upsetting viscerally to me.
Should just count. Yeah,
pathetic.
I think that should count.
Well, he's already hit high enough. He's already hit 3 points. Yeah.
All those dudes should count. Really, all the husbands, I think, really.
What about the lady who bangs her dog?
Oh, that's an easy cooter, right? Sexual deviance,
patheticness,
sexual almost deviance. Sadly so.
I don't know that it's
looking at tire.
Can you call it sexual deviance? Because like she doesn't know it's a dog.
A strange man
is
in your house
man
who does not speak and is nude. and you bang him.
But it's.
I guess that's a choice you can make.
I guess.
I guess so.
I don't know.
Not
I don't know.
technically illegal.
I'm just posing the idea. I don't know.
Bob's
I don't
been
know.
there before, He's just saying, "Hey, wait a second," and that's not necessarily.
Sometimes you come home from the club
Allow me to.
and you need a late night snack. You know what I'm saying?
Rob, as your lawyer, I have to advise you to plead the fifth. Okay.
I mean, she
Damn, if
didn't know.
Randy's your lawyer, Bob, you're in trouble.
She didn't know it was a dog hog, but we can roll with it.
That's overruled on that.
Overruled.
Denied. Shut up. Get out of my courtroom.
Denied. Shut up.
I plead the 69th, sir.
That's the judge I aspire to be.
Denied.
Shut up. Get the fuck out.
You're under arrest.
Denied. Shut up. Arrest him.
Bailiff, kick his ass.
I can't. Nobody else is really popping up. I'm sure there is, but
And all of these, I mean,
everybody's pretty thin,
The lunch ladies, I think, would
lunch
probably
ladies,
hit.
I
Would
mean-
they? Yeah.
I mean, they murder teenagers and feed the teenagers to other
Pathetic.
teenagers.
They're kind of pathetic, right?
Yeah,
the
I mean,
the Depp fantasy is
they're.
A little sexually deviant.
I mean, they want
the lips.
on
that
that
poster.
John. They want Johnny's John. It's
well,
They
a lot of
want
people
the
say
Depper.
I look a lot like Johnny Depp, so
I do like the way they call him the Depper. I've decided. I'm gonna start calling him the Depper. I think.
The Depper, so that was pretty
the
good.
Depp Dipper. Sexual
Yeah,
deviance,
yeah.
Manipulation. I guess you could say because they're feeding.
Looking
they're
at attire, they're
making people
wearing
be
these
cannibals.
old crusty Johnny Depp
Looking at
t-shirts to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get another King Cooter though. I think it's that one guy from
Yeah.
the
All the
live
husbands.
Well, and there's the
short.
dude watching ladies hula hoop
Chupacabra.
naked and boiling
Yeah.
I mean,
boiling Twinkies. Like,
But I mean, they put that content out there. That's that's not deviant.
no, I know. I'm just saying, like, the vibe is there, if nothing else.
the vibe is there, yeah, but he's not. I mean, he's just
It's not doing anything wrong.
he's in the
know?
privacy of his own home watching his
You're not
physical
wrong.
media.
I would
Yeah.
argue that boiling Twinkies is morally objectionable, but that's just me. I understand. I'm a man of
You can
principle.
fry
No one
'em.
else is.
Can bake them, toast
You
them,
can,
They're not
You could
shrimp,
griddle them.
I promise.
Dude. A griddled Twinkie
griddle,
would probably slap,
pour a little syrup on there,
dude.
That is
dip them in
Jesus
milk.
Christ. You would never come down from that sugar high. You would pass away in an hour with the sugar high
God
still in
damn.
place.
Bam!
Just
Don't tell me
Put
how
me-
to eat my Twinkies.
put me closer to Jesus. if I
I'm going
deep
to
fry
put in
my
some
Twinkie.
anti Twinkie manipulation legislation into the books today. We're going there.
my Lord.
It's the husbands. We got.
Yeah, we got 'em.
critters of the
We
week.
got 'em.
We got 'em.
I think so.
Boys, let's talk about what we've been watching this week.
Hey gang, what you been watching?
Hey, Randy, what you been watching?
All right, so quite a few things actually. Did a lot of like side viewing while I was doing some work, and then a few moments to actually like sit down and watch some stuff. I watched kind of side viewed on Unknown Number, the high school catfish. Did I already bring this up last week or no? I can't remember.
I think you did.
I think we did. Okay, so
I watched
that.
it because you referenced it, and that shit is fucked up, son.
It is fucked up. It's very
Damn.
fucked up. That I've seen the culprit's face in various meme formats.
Me too.
Since then,
Yeah.
that I otherwise would not have gotten. So I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah.
Did I mention my Fear Street rewatches? Because I did rewatch 94 and 78, and then I don't think I brought up that I did go back and watch Fear Street Prom Queen, which I haven't watched
Ooh.
1666 again yet, but I did rewatch Prom Queen, which I reviewed earlier this year with Caitlin on Plug It Up. And I just think I'm kind of a fan of that series. It kind of hits a kind of a surprisingly good balance for me of chintziness and actual brutality. It feels like kind of like how I think of the Fear Street books, where it's just a little more adult than you would expect it to be, at least as a kid who read Goosebumps. It's like, oh wow, this has actually got some real bloodshed and some real brutality in it, but it's also like CW level fucking drama and shit happening. So I don't know. I dig those movies. The aesthetic of them works for me. So there's those. Today I downloaded the surprise drop of DK Bonanza's DK Isles DLC. That's a lot of D. There's a lot of D.
That's
in
what she said.
Some extra D for Randy.
But yeah, they recreated DK Isle. It's got like the fucking overworld theme from DK64. Bob, they got that going in there.
That's
and
cool. That's pretty
Take
very
my
nostalgic.
money, D.
they did. They took it. It's too expensive. Nobody should be buying this. I'm the idiot here. But it's
That
good
one
shit.
played right on time.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
Definitively did not. All right. And then I also, just before this episode, I haven't watched Black Mirror in some time, but Beck's been on a kick recently, and we watched the episode from this new season called Common People with Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd. And buddy, if I wasn't feeling sad already about various other things in the world, I would certainly be feeling sad after this episode. I forgot how bleak some episodes of Black Mirror can get. That shit is...
Oh yeah.
They're not necessarily like the high, like they're not like the firmest sci-fi in the world, but when it's portrayed well and the acting is good as it is in this episode, that show can be really fucking great.
That
At its best,
episode
I still stand by it being a great show.
will fucking gut your ass. It's
Damn.
dude.
Wow.
It's pretty tough. It's like so easy to see it becoming a reality too, which is why it hits so
man.
hard.
Which one? Which episode?
So it's called Common People with Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd. It's a season. I want to say 7 is the newest one.
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah, that's the first.
I don't think
episode,
I've
though.
seen that one. Yeah.
It's very good, man.
Yeah, it stands up against some of the better early episodes, which I know I haven't kept up with it. But
It
yeah,
is.
no, yeah, go in ready for that shit.
I'm never ready for it.
Okay. And then last but not least, I did go on my first ever actual sleeping outside camping trip in Shenandoah, and it was a lot of fun.
Whoa. All right.
Did a nice long hike, dealt with some whiny ass dogs who
Did you
did not
bang
like the
them,
deer that they
or-
saw.
Did you?
Rah,
Sorry, what did you just say to me?
rah.
Did
No.
you see any
Jesus.
chupacabra or?
No, Bob.
These callbacks just aren't gonna play now.
No. We can't be referencing this film, Bob. We're gonna forget it immediately. So it just sounds like
the
you're a
only
weirdo.
reference we will accept is
Oh,
Deppers. Okay?
Bob took it too far. Oh no.
Per
Yeah, Bob, you're-
usual.
famously takes it too far. Yeah, that's it for me though. Juice, how about you?
I watched a few things for spooky season. I was really jonesing to go ahead and watch Late Night with the Devil, so I rewatched that one.
Nice.
Really nice. I finished watching Underworld Part Deuce, and I think I said this on Caitlin's podcast, but I think Part 2 is what everyone who's never seen the franchise, like what I assume Randy assumes the first one is. That's like Part 2. It's the sequel, and they really just lean into all the things that make
You
it.
assume I know way more about this than I do.
No, I'm just assuming. I think like if you knew
the
nothing about
vibe.
Underworld except the basics of what, I think number 2 is actually what people think number 1 is, which I still enjoy, especially like if you're into the lore, like the storyline, they progress it further and stuff. But that one's extra blue, extra sexy, extra over the top action. Like it's really, that one is, I think, like the more of the guilty pleasure than the first one. So, but I still enjoyed it. So I watched that. I also watched Cruella, which I'd never seen that before, and that movie is really good. Actually, it's like much better than it has any right to be. Honestly, it's got Emma Stone is just a great actress. She's fantastic. She's really good. It made me want to watch Poor Things, actually. She's just really, really good. She kills it. And it's got a cool soundtrack. It's got a really cool, fun aesthetic. And like probably one of the best iterations of those, like bring things to life, the old films to life, or even, I guess it's a mix of a lot of things, like give the villain a backstory and bring the film to life and set it in a different time and all those kind of things. But I actually was impressed with that movie. I thought it was pretty good. Have y'all seen Cruella?
No,
Have not.
I love Emma Stone, but I just like that did not appeal to me in the least, to be honest.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. So yeah. And and I went ahead and watched the Simpsons latest Treehouse, which is I guess from last year, because it takes a while for them to release the full season so I can watch it. And
Oh boy.
Just, that I think, at this point too, one of the things that's hardest for me to get over is just everybody's voice sounds rough. And I just assume it's the people, like one of them was Quimby, and either it's a different person or it's the person sounds like really old trying to do the same Quimby voice that they were doing. I'm just like, man, dude, this makes me kind of bummed out a little bit. But yeah, the middle segment was actually pretty good, spooky. And one of them was a spoof off of Venom. It was called Denim.
Oh no.
And one of them was a spoof off of Pacific Rim, but it was politically themed. So I was like, oh my lord.
They love doing that with these shorts, making them political.
They do it. Well, actually, you know what? I guess that is kind of, they did that even back in the day. With King and Kodos. And I guess
we just talked about one too, actually.
The intro, the intro of President McCain. Yeah.
Looks like those clowns in Congress did it again. What
a
bunch of clowns.
What a bunch of clowns. But yeah, that's all I've been watching. Was I the last one or Bob? Bob, you got to go?
I got to go.
Bob, what you been watching?
Teacher, call on me.
Stop listening.
Call on me. Watching just a couple things. Yes, it definitely feels like fall. It has for like over a week now. And in Florida, that's just fucking mind blowing because it's usually a million degrees in September. So I wanted to put on something spooky. I threw on Idle Hands, which I hadn't seen in a couple years, probably. Super fun stoner comedy from the 90s with your boy Devon Sawa and Seth Green. And it holds up pretty well. It's got a little bit of gore. It's slapsticky. Devon Sawa does like kind of some amazing like physical comedy in it. He's like throwing his body around like crazy. Heavy on the Offspring representation too. The like school party they just have Offspring playing, like, which is amazing. That kind of scratched my spooky season itch. I'm like ready to watch just straight up Halloween shit like from here until October 31st, you know what I'm saying? I also watched a newer release, Ballerina, which is like that sort of side quest John Wick movie that came out in the spring, I think. Pretty solid. Definitely, you can tell they nail like the John Wick vibe of it. Ana de Armas is playing just another assassin that went through like the same kind of academy that John Wick did, and I really did dig it, honestly. It's probably not choreographed quite as interestingly as some of the John Wick movies are, but there are a couple of scenes that were like really amazing that I really, really did kind of blow me away. There is actually way more John Wick in this movie than I thought, and way more than I actually wanted, because like I was like really bought into this character, and there's like a kind of a John Wick nod, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. We don't need any more. And then you just get so much more. I was like, this is not his fucking story. Like, get out of here.
Wow. I didn't really realize he was in it much.
Yeah. Like primarily the third act. But I just didn't like need it. I feel like they were like, we just got to have John Wick in this thing, or else nobody's going to care, right? But like, it just made it a little bit worse, honestly. I kind of wish they left him out of it. Overall, a fun action movie, though. Like some pretty solid sequences in that. So I'd recommend checking it out if you're like a fan of the John Wick franchise. Yeah,
number 4 was like one of my favorites. I'm glad that they're keeping it pretty consistently going.
Yeah, part 4 is
Part 4 is
amazing.
fucking awesome. It might be my favorite,
Yeah.
actually. Dude, that Tokyo, was it Tokyo or Osaka, whatever? God, dude, that scene was so good.
Yeah, I believe it was the Continental Hotel in Tokyo, I think. Maybe it
Tokyo,
was
yeah,
Osaka. I don't know.
one of
I'm
them, yeah.
Flipping back and forth now. Yeah, and then that stair fight sequence, they end it almost in the movie yet. Dude, that whole thing is fucking amazing.
God, I want to watch John Wick now, but it's spooky season, so
It's
I'll
spooky.
wait.
Yeah, wait till November and watch action movies in November like a normal person.
One thing, you just reminded me, The Simpsons middle segment was a horror Thanksgiving short. I was actually pretty impressed with that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, continue, Bob.
Other than that, just kind of throwing on that 70s show here and there just for something to watch.
Bob.
Easy and breezy.
Oh, Bob.
Didn't
Who do
know
we
you
need to
liked
call about this?
rapists.
Oh, yeah. Everyone in that show is a terrible person. That's it, though. That is all I've really been watching.
All right.
So, we do have one voicemail this week. Let's go ahead and jump over to our Hotline Screams.
Hotline Scream.
If you guys are listening and would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, you can hit us up at 904-638-3231. We're going to hear from our biggest fan, your boy,
Nouse.
Nouse. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Nouse.
Nouse.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Nas again. I hope y'all don't mind that I call in so much. Just want to make you guys feel loved, that you have a voicemail every week. But this morning I couldn't listen to the Conjuring episode yet because I'm going to see it upcoming weekend. So I didn't listen to the actual review, but I did listen y'all talk about my double-cheeked neighbor pounding on his wife in the room next to my mom. I did hear that. And I also heard the prompt for next week. Our favorite anthology film. I must be honest, I haven't watched many anthology movies, but if I had to pick a favorite, it's a pretty basic and maybe obvious answer, but it's the VHS one. It's VHS one. I absolutely love that movie. It's the gore and that whole franchise is actually, it's fun. It's a fun franchise. But the gore is always on top in that movie. Spoilers: someone's dick get ripped off. That show always was like my mouth dropped when I saw that the first time. Also, the one segment that is like filmed on the computer, and then the guy slices open her back, and then he just puts his hand in it. It was like, what the fuck, bro? That. But that VHS one is probably my favorite anthology movie. VHS 1 and 2 are just both very good movies. And then 3 absolutely sucks. Like, why did they even make that? And then the rest, I still have to watch the rest. So, but yeah, that's my favorite anthology movie. Just want to say also, I love you guys. You absolutely make my day every time at work when I listen to y'all. I'm trying to listen to all the episodes, and I'm at like the last 100 episodes, so I have some way to go. But anyways, thank you guys. I love you, and bye-bye.
Wow, really sweet.
Wow.
Of you.
We love
Yeah,
you,
thanks.
man.
Thanks, guy. Yeah, and call in every week. I mean, I feel like people are really missing an opportunity to just
Call and chat.
keep calling in, buddy.
Yeah.
To wax our car and
Yeah, to tell
us how much they love us.
Awesome.
And
Man.
yeah,
Specifically.
they're really missing that opportunity.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think about what are some of the best anthologies? So Trick or Treat is top tier for me.
Creep Show.
I mean, the
Creep Show, of course.
Solid, for sure.
Trick or Treat.
I like the
Creep
Twilight
Show.
Zone movie, but I don't think that's gonna touch the top.
That Three Extremes, it's got a Park-chan-wook short.
That is a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way. It's only 3 shorts or whatever.
Are
all
they
from
extreme?
8. They're a little extreme.
How extreme would you say?
That's one.
I think the VHS franchise is pretty consistent, fairly consistent.
Pretty consistently good.
That
first one is still my favorite, but there's like an 84 one or something that I thought was pretty good. Or the night. Which one was the one that had the spoof off of? I get them all mixed up. Off of that that Nickelodeon show that had the big head or whatever.
That was 95. Was that the year? It's hard to remember the years.
I can't. Now that we said Tales from the Crypt, that's all I could think of.
Was it a parody of that? I don't know.
No, not God. What was that show with the silver monkeys silver snakes?
Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Legend of the Hidden Temple. Yeah,
that was the Flying Lotus short they did.
I forgot about that entirely, honestly. I think I gotta go with VHS as well. I have such affinity for that first one. Found footage dork.
Good, yeah.
And it is like all anthologies, they've got a few clunkers in there, but it's remarkably well done in those first couple. That third one does drop off pretty significantly, and then I think it finds a nice happy medium to ride for most of the entries from there.
So they had a VHS 94, then they did 99, then they did 85.
Oh God!
Then they did VHS Beyond, and now
that's where it gets really confusing.
Yeah, the numbers they're hard to keep straight. And then next up is VHS Halloween, and that comes out October 3rd on Shudder.
I'm pretty excited for that. Pretty excited.
So that'll be the 8th.
Yeah, they've been doing one every year, right? For the past 5 years or something like that. Yeah. Turned into Saw over here.
It's a good breeding ground for young talent. I love that about it. So
we love young talent.
The Mortuary Collection.
We got to scope out the talent.
Gotta check out the fresh new talent each year.
The Mortuary Collection is a solid one on Shudder too. You can check that out.
Yeah, and it's not really an anthology, but it kind of works in a similar kind of way. Is that Del Toro Cabinet of Curiosities or whatever?
Fuck yeah, dude.
That was cool. There was some really quality stuff in that.
Yeah. I guess it's an anthology show. If we're opening that door, definitely. Well, in that case, Twilight Zone for sure.
But I mean, just like there's 7 of them together, and they're all on the shorter side. So I mean, if you wanted to put them all together, I feel like it would be pretty easy to do. So
there's that Christmas Horror Story movie.
That was not bad.
That's a Christmas anthology. That's pretty solid.
Ghost Stories.
It's still Trick or Treat though, man. I mean, that's hard to beat, We could have talked about Black Sabbath, but Black Sunday, so we'll never know how good that one is. We'll never know.
Fault.
It's a foregone conclusion that would have won if Rob had not made that error.
Of course. I mean, right after Ozzy's death, I mean, everyone would have voted for that.
Totally. Yeah, thanks for calling, Nouse. We always appreciate you calling in. We love hearing from you, man. Feel free to keep doing so if that's what you want. Hit us up at 904-638-3231. For next week's prompt, I was thinking have people kicked off spooky season? Have you hung your decorations? Are you watching stuff?
I mean, if you're not a poser,
you're having bonfires. Are you making snacks? How many times have you been to Spirit Halloween? What have you bought? Are you making your costume? What are you doing to kick off spooky season? I want to know.
Yeah. Give us a hint about your costume.
Yeah.
So it's not on my schedule. What are we talking about next week?
Needful things next week. So with that in mind, I was going to ask the question, what would you go into the Needful Things store to purchase? What do you need?
Forgot it gives you some powers, but it has a curse too, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've seen the Rick and Morty spoof off of it, so that's kind of what I'm going off of.
That's actually exactly where I'm coming from. I have not seen this movie before.
Yeah,
nobody knows.
We know Rick
I
and
think that's
Morty.
what it is, though. Yes,
I think they did a Simpsons one.
They kinda
too,
lay it out.
probably. Yeah,
it's a pretty common trope because of this.
Yeah. So what you? So yeah, it gives you something like special. It's like a monkey
It gives you
paw.
something you desperately want,
Yeah.
but it's a monkey's paw. It's
But then
like
it
comes with
fucks you.
it comes with baggage.
Let's see.
I would do
don't
something for my
know.
memory. I have a dog shit memory. I think that is evident to anybody who's listened to the more than
What
one
would
episode
the
of this show.
downside be then?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I got to think of something
Your
ironic for
bumps
it to
get
fuck with me.
delayed even longer.
Oh god.
Oh Christ!
Just waiting all day.
That's
for
really just
bumps.
paying for everyone else. That doesn't that
Yeah.
hurts everyone else as much as it does me.
Bob, you
don't
get
know.
some special blue player, I'm sure.
I can play the blues.
Region
and-
free Blu-rays.
Oh.
But
the curse is
it-
I only have laser discs. Ah.
The only disc you can own is Solo.
Oh,
God.
God. It's in such high def. Oh, God.
Oh God, it's in every language.
That fucking movie. Goddamn. Yeah, call in 904-638-3231.
I get a teach me Korean book, but I can only speak casually to everyone, which means I'm rude to all my elders. Whoa, boys, that really
that's a real
fucked me
change
up,
of pace.
you know that really fucked me up, wouldn't it? I can speak perfect Korean, but only in the casual sense.
Boys,
So, just constantly disrespecting everyone.
I'd be so fucked. You don't even know, dog.
you know the struggle.
The curse of being rude.
You explaining this to
Something
the
I
devil?
never dabble in my real life.
The devil's like, yeah, I really burned your ass, Soju.
I got your ass, son.
You got
How about
burned.
it's always a hell yeet, but it always is a yeet and skeet. It's never a sweet.
Oh, never a
true
sweep.
hell? Wow.
I get a guaranteed yeet, but never a sweep, huh? I
Yeah.
could live my life like that. That's fine. I'm not greedy.
Could you?
All yeet,
I
no
don't
skeet.
think that's true.
The Soju story.
All yeet, no skeet.
Why?
Soju stain
All
story.
yeet,
All
no
yeet, no skeet.
That sounds like the story of a guy who throws people out of windows because he's not allowed to masturbate for religious reasons.
Oh, God.
All yeet, no skeet.
The yeet killer strikes again.
The pent-up incel killer is at it again.
Aren't they all?
Damn.
Really?
Yeah,
Always,
it's a
I guess,
real trend.
yeah.
Anyway,
Always, I guess. The more people getting laid, the better things probably
Yeah,
are.
go
Just-
get laid.
just
Stop listening to this podcast and go get laid.
Or listen to the podcast while you're getting laid.
well, I don't know if I'm ready to provide that kind of soundtrack for people.
If you have listened to this podcast while you're getting laid, call it.
Call
Let us know
in.
how it went. I want to know.
Here we go. This is our soundtrack for the.
We'll wait 10 minutes.
There it is. That should help things along nicely.
Okay.
Oh, boys. They
Yeah.
all finished. Everybody
Oh,
finished.
hi.
Everyone
Sexy
always
Drac here to
finished.
talk you through your orgasm.
Eastern Standard Time.
It's so fucking pissed off about it.
It's God damn it. Eastern Standard.
Dude lives in Transylvania. It's very inconvenient for him to do
Yeah, it
this.
must be actually. Yeah,
Dude, the
must
commute
be.
is hell.
Especially when he's waiting on those bumps. Damn.
I know that one. The trains never run on time there.
In Bumpland. Yeah, hit us up 904-638-3231. Check out Needful Things. Get ready for next week's show. This is probably a rental. It might be streaming somewhere. Kino Lorber just put this out on a 4K, so I know you can get it on Blu-ray and 4K. This should be pretty easy to track down. Check it out from 1993. Get ready for next week's show. Hit us up on all the social media platforms. Straight Chilling Podcast will pop right up. If you'd like to join in on the daily Slack channel conversations, we got a couple new members, actually. So shouts outs to the Slack channel community growing. If you would like to join, though, hit us up on one of those social media outlets, and I'll send you a link so you, too, can join in on the fun. And until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.
I'm loose.